Hi, I'm Clayton,
I'm Jenny.
and we're interns for Hillside Missions.
My family had some rough stuff, so we didn't really go to church very often growing up in the Catholic Church. I don't feel like I was saved because I didn't understand what it meant to give my life to God. I was going through a confirmation because my parents told me I needed to go to catechism classes, and that's what you did. I actually, one of the things that really stood out to me is we had to go to a convent in Grand Rapids, and I was searching so hard the year I was 14, and I was really sad all the time, really struggling with a lot of things in my life. And I went there that day, and I couldn't fight the tears back. I could feel something different, and I knew deep down that's what I wanted. And then the next year, when I started going to this other church with my friend, I knew that's what I was missing. And so that's when I really got to know that you actually have to say yes to Jesus. You have to give your life to him and start that process of what it really looks like.
My testimony, if you want to call it that, I was working for my dad. My dad ran a tool and die company. And I was working as a tool and die apprentice. And I was just rebellious. I was just not a very good kid. I wasn't a good employee. And I just was doing drugs and drinking. That led to me getting fired from my dad's work, which started the ball in motion. Not real proud to say that. Of course, I owned a house, I needed a job. I went and found another job as a tool and die apprentice. And the place I got hired into, one of my coworkers was a Christian at the church that Jenny was going to. He was an elder, actually. And at the same time, one of my other friends became a Christian. And so from both sides, I had people that were praying for me, people that were sharing about God to me, and through everything that led up to that point, that was the moment that I knew that God had his foot on my throat, so to speak. And that's when I became a Christian. People from World Horizons came and talked about places where there is no church and these villages that have no known Christians. And so that really opened our eyes to the unreached world. I went to nursing school as a way to sort of expand my talent, expand my abilities, have a skill and a tool to use. When we got to a point where we were ready to move forward, that's when we contacted World Horizons and decided to do the internship. People have talked about, oh, well, you could go to this place, or oh, you could go to this place. And other people say, well, I wouldn't take a family there. I know people that have had difficulties in similar cities or similar countries. But we know that our kids are just as big a part of this as we are. We're the first link in the chain, so to speak, in our family lineage of Christianity. And so the second link is just as important. And, the difference that we make in the generations of our family's lives matters.
It's awesome because Elise was sharing with her principal a few weeks ago. They were talking about jobs and what she could do for a job, and she said, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I know what I'm gonna do when I grow up, but I know that in the near future I'm gonna move to a country, to people who have never heard the good news about Jesus Christ, and I get to share the good news of Jesus Christ with them and share his love. And that's just huge.
Do you guys have anything else that you want to say, encouragement for people who might look like your younger selves did, and something you would want to say to them?
Something that I wish that we would have done was a perspectives course, or been reading more things when we were younger, just to stay in that, because it felt like the missions thing was over here, and there wasn't a whole lot of people around us talking about it the way that we were talking about it and the way that we were thinking about it. So I wish that we would have done more things to push into it and to be more aware.
One of the best things that one of my friends told me is to get around people that are swimming in the same direction, that the talks are refreshing, where you can talk about your hearts for missions and that the people understand, and you get to come up for air every once in a while, so to speak, because when you're in a community going through regular everyday life, people are just moving on and doing what they're doing, that you don't get that push, that nudge, that movement of your spirit in the same direction that's focused on missions to people that have never heard about Jesus.